I'm going to start recording. All right, recording has started. And all right, Brandon and Vicky, if you can let people in, then I'll just leave chat up and so I can see the chat. And welcome everybody. Welcome. My name's Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Salon. With me is Liz Miller-Gershfeld, filling in for the powerhouse Leah Faston, who is off powerhouse photographing, photographing. And welcome, Liz.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, this is our third Tuesday of the month AI Salon meet and greet.
Yes,
we get to know everyone.
Yeah, I love that. The community has added to the mix. Yeah. Great.
Yeah, we had it early on, and then the meetings got too big for it, and it you know what it felt like is the online community. There's a lot going on in the online community, and if you're not, if you haven't been in there before, it can be very overwhelming. If you have been there before, it can be overwhelming. And also, you and I were talking about this earlier, Liz, that I feel deeply in my bones that the future of work is going to shift from what you can do to who you are and how much you're trusted, and right, because as skills get democratized, being known and trusted in a community is important. And I think being able to introduce ourselves is super critical.
Yes, I mean, and it's just interesting that evolution is more human rather than less.
Yeah, I know. I think it's the counter, the counter prevailing winds of AI. It's like, it's robots. The robots are going to get us, and it's possible it pushes us more toward our humanity, which would be nice,
Yeah,
go for that.
I could go for that too.
All right. So welcome. So we'll get started here. Let me share my screen. So this is the AI Salon meet and greet. If you're new here, the AI Salon was created the week after ChatGPT came out in December, first week of December in 2022. So I've been around for about a year and a half, and we're a bunch of AI adventurers. And so let's talk a little bit about the AI Salon and the journey that this is. And this is a relatively new journey that I'm super excited about. Play first, mindfully create, and generously lead. And I'll talk about what that means in a second here. But the basic idea here is that this is a group of AI adventurers who are just trying to figure this stuff out. And what we've realized over the year and a half that we've been doing this is that this is the journey that everyone goes through. And you don't just go through this once, you kind of go through this over and over again as these tools morph and change and evolve. The salon is an opportunity to do all three of these, and that's what it's really about. So let me shift over to the actual AI Salon page. So if you've never been to Mighty Networks before, if you go to aisalon.mn.co, mightynetworks.co, not .com, that'll take you to the AI Salon. And the Welcome to the Salon page has our little motto here: play first. We are a talented group of misfits, ne'er-do-wells, and those brave enough to face the terrifying uncertainty and exciting inevitability of generative AI head on. We gather to support and inspire one another to step into the unknown together. On this journey, we play first, mindfully create, and generously lead to rediscover ourselves and reinvent the work we do. If we succeed on our journey, we just may bend the arc of humanity ever so slightly toward the light. That's a little tongue-in-cheek at the end there, but I actually believe that. It is that small things we do now are going to have a disproportionately positive effect in the future. And that's what this community is really about. And so this is the journey, the AI Salon journey. And it's a journey to AI literacy. And so it's kind of articulated as this: play first, joyfully exploring generative AI, gaining the knowledge and inspiration to mindfully create, surprising ourselves, and powerfully meeting challenges, unleashing ourselves to generously lead others, enriching lives, redefining what's possible, and unlocking an era of human achievement. Um, I'm just super excited about that journey that we sort of articulated it and gotten it there. And it's, one of the things that um, I've been asked a number of times now is, how is the AI salon different than other things? And why we ended up, choosing play first as the kind of tagline of the salon is that it really is that people come in here with this playful attitude, and then sort of shift quickly from, oh, I'm just playing, to now I'm going to work on a project, or I'm going to do some art, or I'm going to do something like that. And then they, do that in a generous way and teach people teaching other people how they're doing what they're doing, which puts them in a leadership position, just a natural leadership position. And that's all sort of happened organically, but that's really, really who we are. And so sitting underneath that are our values. So Liz, if you would you walk us through our values?
I would be happy. So what we value: curiosity. We are eager to ask the obvious questions, learn new things, and experiment, experiment, experiment. Our relentless quest for adventure and exploration ignites our inner spark, transforming our curiosity into unexpected discoveries and newfound passions. Playfulness. We value creativity, joy, and the freedom to experiment. We play first and transform learning into a captivating journey. We collaborate and mindfully create together when we can, to learn more, make friends, and develop new circles of trust. Remember, all work and no play is how we did things before the AI salon. Empathy. We are respectful, inclusive, and kind. We value diverse perspectives, recognizing that our differences make us stronger. We accept that people might be afraid and angry, and we work to understand them. We actively practice gratitude and acknowledge the efforts and successes of those around us. Humans matter. Bravery. We have the courage to step into the unknown, taking bold actions in the face of fear and challenging ourselves to push the boundaries of what we thought possible. Let's face it, with everything changing as fast as it is, we're all making this up as we go along anyway. Might as well be the brave about it. Suck it up, Buttercup. Generosity. We're willing to share our resources, feedback, and wisdom with others and support each other's growth and development. There's so much happening and so much to learn. We can't possibly keep up with it all. Understand that even if something is obvious to you, it might be a profound revelation to someone else. Learn out loud. Share what you know. Generously lead.
Beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
My pleasure.
Yeah, I just love that. Okay, so some other things you can do in the salon. There's information about the salon at the top. In the community section, if you haven't introduced yourself yet, jump into the introduce yourself section and do that. And that's what tonight is about. You can, we're going to introduce ourselves in person in a bit, but also put it in here because someone who might not be at the meeting might see it, and really let people get to know who you are and what you're up to. Super important for the community, but I think also for you personally. There's also things in community that are fun. You can ask for help. There's a water cooler discussion. There's news, shameless self-promotions. There's a big long list of AI tools that you can go learn and play on. And I maintain this list, although I will say that there's been enough happened in the past week that this list is now out of date. It was updated 2 weeks ago. It is now pretty significantly out of date. So I got to go fix that. There's a show and tell area where you can show off your work, images, music, video, or GPTs or apps that you build. Ooh, nice, CJ. Beautiful. CJ Fletcher, dropping the art. And then there's guilds. And the guilds are sub-communities within the AI Salon, where members of the community have stepped up to the plate to generously lead and create these sub-communities. And so the guilds. There's a creative guild, a technology guild, or I guess collection of guilds. Creative collection, a technology collection, business, and social impact. And so with that, if you're a guild leader, do me a favor, raise your hand, and would love to just hear an update from you on anything going on with your guild that you want people to know, and why they should come hang out with you. And I will call on people. You know I will call on people. I'll do it. All right, CJ Fletcher stepped in first. It's funny, I was about to call on you, CJ, so perfect.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone. I'm sorry I am not on video today. I have a horrible case of the handsomes, and I don't want everyone to catch it.
Oh, yeah, no, that would be horrible.
I am CJ, and I am one of the members and purveyors of the Vanguard. You might see that on the left-hand side as you're scrolling through. And the Vanguard is an area where those of us who at the moment make imagery and are looking to take their imagery to the next level, this is the place to go. So if you have been making images for a while and you're like, hey, I really would like to have some more of a critical critique and really take my game to the next level, jump on over to the Vanguard and send us a message, and we can have that conversation about getting you in. And so I really hope that some of you guys want to jump in there. There are 4 of us right now, and we are really looking forward to having some more of you really make some of that high-end and very social, consciously fun art. So that's my spiel. I hope to see you guys there, and bye, everybody.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Bye, CJ. Vicky Baptiste. You're muted. You're muted still.
I've got 2 screens going here on my cursor. The other screen. I'm sorry. I was desperately trying to get it back. So I am with the Ethics Guild, as is Joy Purdy. If she's in here, I'm not sure. I didn't look at the list. Sorry. And our next guild meeting will be Monday, July 1st. That's at 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Mountain, 4 p.m. Pacific. And I have no idea what time that is in Bradley's world, if he's even here. And we'll be featuring Dr. Keith Newton and Sherry Byrne-Haber on the topic of making AI accessible to people with disabilities.
Oh, beautiful!
Seeing you all there.
Awesome. And I saw you put up a clip from the last speaker you had. I saw that on LinkedIn. That was super cool. So
I did. I was using a tool the same tool that AI Marketing Institute uses, and I was out of credits after one video. So.
Oh, I know that's a problem with those things. They're super magic, and then you're like, oh, I've got way more content than this thing can handle, right?
Well, I've got like about 20 clips out of it. It's called Opus Clip. It's really cool.
Opus Clip. Okay, cool. CJ just asked Vicky, what's the date again? He'd like to invite others.
Oh, July 1st.
July 1st, and the info's in the Ethics Guild.
It's not in there yet because I'm still working on their bios, but hopefully by the end of tonight it will be in there. Got
it. So do you prefer the term slacker or?
Well, that insinuates that I use Slack.
Awesome. All right, who's next? Thank you, Peter Kaminsky.
Thank you, Kyle, and thank you, Liz. I'm Peter Kaminsky. I run the Learn and Do with Peter Guild, and we typically explore LLMs and image generators. We've got a twice weekly Midjourney room going, where you can kind of drop in and do Midjourney stuff with us. You need Midjourney and a desktop view to do the rooms right now, but we have a lot of fun. That's Mondays and Thursdays midday. And then I also run a session every week where I usually demo something or several things, and we talk through questions and stuff like that. So would love to see you, and look forward to having you join us. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Peter. Bradley Perkins calling in from the other side of the planet. How you doing? How's the jet lag?
I think I'm getting past the jet lag part. But yes, actually, other side, especially from Central Time Zone, it's a 12-hour change. So, so it's 6 a.m. here.
Wow. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, no problem. I was, a little late because my alarm didn't go off, but no, it's good. So, that being said, so I am Brad Perkins. I'm with the Business Guild, and we are on a slight hiatus just because of the transition for me personally, but also we're transitioning to a new format, which will stick with the bi-weekly format, but we'll have one meeting that focuses most on discussing a specific workflow that is common in business practices, and just discuss it as a group of, what are the problems with it, how long it takes, what are some of the frustrations that we have experiencing it. And then in a follow-up meeting, we will create a solution for that. Now, we might not actually get our hands into creating an actual automation, but we will prepare for the creation of an automation. So that's the plan. That's going to start the second week of July, or the first Thursday after the 4th of July. Is when we're going to launch that. There'll be meeting details launched here pretty soon, but in the meantime, we'll just be continuing to discuss in the guild space on Mighty Networks, and dropping in new business alerts and things like that. So I hope all of you can join, the new reformed Business Guild.
Reformed, the Reformation. Thanks, Bradley. Awesome. John Leland, superstar.
Hello.
What's happening?
Oh, everything and nothing. I'm John Leland. I'm a longtime video guy, and I lead the Video Guild, creatively called Video with John. And I'm truthfully just still figuring out what it is. And we did do one good session with demos by Kyle, and I think, who else do we have there? I can't even remember anymore. Anyway, it was a fun session, and there will be more coming. I am out of having had COVID for the last couple of weeks. I'm much better.
Back.
I'm back, but it's just barely back, and now I'm going to a family reunion and all that. So more to come. I'll throw the link in the chat. Video is very exciting. Lots of new things happening. We want to see it integrated in apps as well as standalone language models, and that's a big subject that I think I'll be talking about soon. So stay tuned, and anybody interested in playing with video or has knowledge of video, please come collaborate with us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the news tonight is all video all the time. So fantastic. Thanks, John, and welcome back.
Yeah, even Substack is doing video now. So
wow, crazy. Jane Endicott.
Hello. Hang on, I'm not prepared for this. Okay. Hey, my name is Jane. I am the lead of the guild, the Writers Guild. We meet every other week and kind of talk about how we're using basically these tools as like a writing partner, as a not so much as a replacement of the human. If you're the kind of person who is afraid of the robots taking over the creativity and erasing artists, I assure you there is more room for artists than there ever has been, and that's what we talk about at our meeting. So we have our next one is Thursday. It's going to be 5 o'clock Mountain Time, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. So we'll be talking about those issues, and love to have you join us.
Awesome, great, fantastic. All right, let me share my screen again. Oops. Okay, so as always, I like to share. You can't actually share the news in a short little segment. So what I try to do is share what I think is significant this week, and this week was bizarre and bonkers in a lot of ways. One thing that I'll share is that I don't know if this is the case, but Ethan Mullick did a post on this, and then I saw a couple other people do posts on this, and then I gave it a shot. I went to ChatGPT and I said, give me a 10-panel, give me the cells of a 10-panel cartoon. I forget exactly how I prompted it. Someone actually just asked me for my prompt for this. But I wanted 10 panels that explain quantum mechanics using exotic animals. And so the first little 3 things that you see there, that was basically all I texted it. It didn't generate it correctly at first. I had to do 2 or 3 iterations, but the prompt was not really much more than explain quantum mechanics in 10 cells. And it created 10 images where it wrote all the language that's on here. And it rendered it mostly correctly. And it actually did a really good job of explaining quantum mechanics. Welcome to Quantum Adventures. I have no idea if this is GPT-4 Omni, where they've actually just enabled that model now versus DALL-E 3, or if this is DALL-E 3. I assume it's DALL-E 3, or they would have made a big deal about it, but it seems like it got better. So that's kind of interesting. This week was the week of video. Sora level videos everywhere. So if you don't remember, Sora is OpenAI's super fancy schmancy, but not available video model, not available to anyone except Ashton Kutcher. And then a week or 2 ago, Kling came out from some Chinese company that was kind of the Sora killer, but that's also not really available here. So both of those are not really available. Then a week ago, Luma Labs came out, and I'll show these in a second. They came out with a thing called Dream Machine, and it's pretty solid. It's got some wonkiness to it, but it's pretty solid. And then they launched that model. Everyone was talking about it as the Sora killer. Then 3 days after they launched it, they said, oh, now you can extend clips. So now you can just indefinitely extend your 7-second clips to however long you want them. And then they previewed an editing that's coming, a way to edit these things that's coming that looks absolutely bonkers. Then Runway ML announced Gen 3, which is apparently going to be available in a few days. That looks absolutely remarkable. And then the last thing that happened this week with video that I think was big, maybe some other stuff happened, but Google DeepMind announced video to audio, where you can take a quiet video clip, which is what all these things generate right now, and you can add things to them. So anyway, let me jump over and show you a couple of these. Oh, let me show you. This is the ChatGPT thing that I created. I don't know why it's not showing those images. Is there a way for me to reload these? No. All right. But anyway, no, I want you to create 10 individual panels as separate images that explain the concept. And so this was all the images. Let's start with particles. Here's superposition or superpopation. Here's the spooky action of particles at a distance. There's Schrodinger's cat, but it's Schrodinger's panda bear.
A name called Entanglease. That was a great name it came up with there.
Where was it?
Under the one that's supposed to be entanglement, it actually says Entanglease.
Oh yeah.
That'd be a great name.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, like this is from a single prompt, and like I didn't write the script. It just did all this. So again, I don't know if this is new, but I've not seen it behave this coherently before. So that seems new to me. Okay, Dream Machine. So Dream Machine is actually quite simple. If I go to create, maybe I'm in create. It's really just let me go to the home page. Yeah, I guess it takes me in here. This is all my creations. But it's basically just, a single text box. It's kind of like ideogram, where it's a single text box, and then you can extend it. Anything that you've created, you can extend. So this was a Shining thing I did. I took an image of a Lego dude, and made that Shining video, which is I think the 7-second version. And then this is the extended version where I said to have the twins attack him, but you'll notice at the end here, they turn their heads in creepy ways. So they're not really attacking him, but they are creepy. So, and then let me show you. Hang on, go. My mind. By the way, if you haven't seen My Mind, mymind.com, it's a really slick AI generated like note taking thing where it just dynamically sorts and finds things. But let me go here. So this is the editing stuff that. And let me just make sure I am sharing my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. This is the editing stuff that Luma says is coming. I have no idea when, but this looks bonkers.
Oh, there we go.
Can you hear that? Can you hear any audio on that?
No.
Okay. Hang on. Oh wait, so they go back. So first thing it's doing is it looks like it's going to be able to generate multiple versions of a video. I don't know if this is actual interface or if this is just marketing interface, but it looks like you're going to be able to create multiple versions. And then it's doing a thing that they stole from Google, which is ideas for a movie about a young kid who discovers a magic book. So it kind of mad libs out the sections. So it's figuring out, the operative words in your prompt. So wait, again, let's go back. So you click the little magic button. And so it's identifying, here's the young apprentice, bluish green tint, afternoon forest, magical book. And then he's going to actually click on one of those and watch what happens. So that just looks bonkers. Then so I'm just going quick. This is Runway ML's Gen 3 Alpha. Oh wait, I'm not sharing it. Dang it. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Carry on. Cheerio, pip pip. This is Gen 3 Alpha. Again, interesting thing here. While it's about video, this paragraph says a lot. Gen 3 Alpha is the first of an upcoming series of models trained by Runway ML on a new infrastructure built for large-scale multimodal training. So first in a series of upcoming models. So I assume that means they'll have things like, I don't know, audio, titles. I don't know. It's a major improvement in fidelity, consistency, and motion over Gen 2, and a step towards building general world models. So this is very similar language to what OpenAI said about Sora, that these models aren't just making video, they actually are understanding the world that they're representing. And the stuff that the Luma just did, where it understands the different layers of the video, demonstrates to me that they're understanding at a minimum layers, but likely interactions of objects in the world. The quality of this Gen 3 stuff, in my opinion, is better than Sora. Again, it's not live, so we really don't know. But they said it will be out in days, so hopefully this week sometime. Let me see if there's Is there anything interesting in here? This one's pretty nice. You know, the coherence of the fire is just crazy good. The lighting is crazy good. The drone shot. So anyway, so that's Runway ML. And then the last thing I wanted to show is this is the Google DeepMind generating audio for video, where, do they have anything big here? Let's see. Can I make these bigger? So that audio was, the prompt was jellyfish pulsing underwater, marine life, ocean. A slow, mellow harmonica plays as the sun goes down on the prairie.
We're not getting your audio.
Oh, right. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Google, for sucking. Right. So anyway, so that's kind of the stuff that is coming. And I don't know about you, Liz. I mean, you and I were talking about this earlier. Like, there's a part of me that looks at the technology as like, oh, you know, swell technology. Oh, we can make movies. And, you know, as someone who, you know, has written for a film and, you know, has a video company, like, I can immediately see how I could use the piece parts of this. But when I look sort of just over the horizon of what these tools are, the fact that they're understanding worlds, the fact that they're saying this is a first in a series of multimodal models, I think we very, very quickly go from tools that can make the piece parts of storytelling to storytelling. And I'm like, where are you with this stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it's I think I was saying this earlier. I'm really trying to separate the signal from the noise. There's the hype cycle. There's the fear that people have that, you know, you're trying to have empathy for, and it's a very real thing. People are afraid of being made less relevant, and there's so much excitement. I'm kind of hyping with the hype cycle. I mean, I played with the Luma, and it took some images that I was very excited about, and it did things with them that I will say, though, one interesting thing was when I loaded AI generated images, it did beautiful things. When I loaded a photographic image, it created the stuff of nightmares.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
I shouldn't have done it with a family photo.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's also like, don't give me your human created crap.
Yeah. Well, that was interesting too. I'm really curious how that's going to go in the future, because I think that a lot of photographers are going to feel like there's a lot of fear in that space, but I think that if they can use their own photography and animate it, that creates such interesting possibilities. So I'm very curious to see where that goes. But yeah, like all of it at once. It's interesting.
It's pretty overwhelming, and it just, you know, it just reminds me that, I forget, David Shapiro described this once, that the progress of AI is like, it's slow, it's there. Like, and I just kind of feel like we're like, well, when's Sora going to come out? When's this going to come out? And then this week we get all these different models. And I just have this sense that the reason I think we got all these models is that probably about 6 months ago, the white papers came out that are the technology sitting underneath them. And there've been a lot of people pushing, you know, a lot of rocks up the hills. And so the technologies are there. So it kind of makes sense that multiple things come out at a similar time. But that just says to me, things are going to just start rolling now with this stuff, and I think it's going to start moving quite quickly.
I'm curious where Sora is on all of this as well.
Yeah, exactly. I'm curious where it is too.
Yeah.
John, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, you've heard me say this before, but I think what is going to get really interesting is when this stuff is built into apps, so that we really, like you mentioned before, can create stories.
Yeah.
And the Apple announcement and the way that the world seemed to embrace it, I think, underscores that the context of how the models are implemented are in some ways more important than the models themselves.
I think way more important. I think you're
and so Adobe is another, besides Apple, Adobe is a good example of bringing their AI capabilities in, which we're going to see more and more in like professional editing apps. There already is image generation inside the CapCut video editing application.
Yeah.
That's the same ByteDance that owns TikTok has created. And almost nobody ever talks about that, except it probably gets used more than any of these models.
Right.
In the context of an application. So that's kind of one of the things that I'm looking at. The other area that I think is really interesting, and I just discovered an app while we were talking called Hedra that's doing AI characters.
Yeah.
Right. Lip sync, some people call them artificial people or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's another up and comer, I guess, that you might want to add to your list of what's new. But it is overwhelming and very difficult to keep up with.
Yeah, and it's just because right now it's all these things are generating the piece parts of storytelling, and I think very quickly they come together, and we will just be prompting stories, right? And whether it's in some commercial app or some model puts it together, but I think it's here sooner than later. So,
and
I think it's something we're going to need to confront, right, as a creative community.
Yes.
Well, you're putting the cart before the horse, or we're putting the cart before the horse by talking about, well, we've got the language model. What's the story we're going to tell, as opposed to starting with what's the story that you want to tell?
Yeah.
And then is this model relevant even?
Right.
Yep. If you want to do a lip sync artificial character, that's one apply. If you want to do a landscape, mid-journey, whatever, that goes off into the sunset, that's a different kind of thing. So it really has to begin with what's the story you want to tell, other than the AI adventure of exploring what's new, which is its own journey and certainly worth it.
Perfect. All right, great. That's a great segue. So let's jump in now. So the purpose of this meeting, the overall purpose, other than to have a good time together, is to get to know one another. So, here we go. Oh yeah. So what I'd like you to write down, and I'll pop this in the chat as well. We're going to give everyone 90 seconds. Brandon, are you available to be a timekeeper? Brandon going once, going twice. Vicky, are you available to be a timekeeper?
He's always here until you ask him to do something.
Right? I know. Where's Brandon when you really need him? Exactly. All right.
I don't know if you trust my timekeeping, but I will try.
That's fine. So we'll give everyone 90 seconds. So what I'd like you to share, and then I will I'll model it, and then Liz can model it, and then what I'd like you to do is raise your hand. So if you go ahead and raise your hands, and we'll sort of get people in order. But what I want you to share is, who you are, where you are, what you do, and then you remember the play first, mindfully create, generously lead. So these are kind of prompts for that. So what are you playing with right now? Meaning, what's something that you're learning? What's something that you're exploring with AI? The second thing I want you to share is what's something that you're building or creating, mindfully creating, or what's something that you want to build. So what are you playing with and learning? What's something that you're building or problem that you're solving? What can you offer to the community? And then where do you need help from the community? And here's my request. As people introduce themselves, what I would love to not have happen is that everyone's just sitting there going, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? I want you to really listen to people. So when someone introduces themselves and goes through these, if you have thoughts for them or you want to connect with them, put it in the chat right here live. so that we can actually capture the interactions as people are sharing what they're up to. Put it in the chat, and then when they're done introducing themselves, go check the chat and see if anyone connected with you and things like that. So I want to make it a nice active thing. So who you are, what you do, what are you playing with right now, what are you creating, or what do you want to create, what do you want to build, what can you offer to the community, and where do you need help from the community? And I will paste these over in the chat. Hang on one
And if
sec.
someone suddenly stops talking, it's because they hit their 90 seconds and I just muted them.
Oh, is that how you can do that? Okay, cool.
I can now. Now that I'm a co-host.
Beautiful, beautiful. I like it. Okay, so I'll go first. Hi, my name is Kyle Shannon. I am from Denver, Colorado, and I'm a CEO of Storyvine and do this thing called the AI Salon, which is pretty cool. What am I playing with right now? I'm playing with trying to understand how I use a digital twin I've made of myself and a bunch of other people, like how we actually use them and why other people should use them, if at all. What I'm building right now, I've been doing a little bit of playing with some of these new video tools. What I can offer is my enthusiasm. And if you've got ideas, I love sort of brainstorming ideas. I'm happy to do that. And then what help I need is, I feel like I get it, but just continued engagement with this community, generous engagement with this community. So Liz.
All right. And that was excellent.
Thank you.
So I'm Liz Miller-Gershfeld. I'm in Chicago, Illinois. I've been here for since 1993. So been here for a minute. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. And I'm a creative producer and I work in content strategy as well. And I was a producer for 23 years in the advertising space. What I am playing with right now is way too much. So it sort of ladders into what I need help with. So what I'm playing with, Luma, Pika, Runway, LTX Studio, Suno, Udio, Midjourney, sort of my main tool. And I'm trying to move more into mindfully creating, of putting things together, because I have some stories that I'd like to tell. So that's sort of where I am. And what I can offer is a great deal of enthusiasm for what other people are doing in the creative space. I'm always happy to share my experience, either, professionally as a longtime producer, but also just as a cheerleader for people in the creative space. And what I am needing some help with is focusing. And so I'm really looking forward to the Video Guild and the Vanguard Guild. And I think that those are going to be really helpful. So thank you so much for having me in this community.
Awesome. Kelly Camp.
Hi, I'm Kelly Camp. I live in Dallas, Texas. And what I'm playing with right now is, I've had this for a long time, but I'm really starting to explore all the things I can do with the camera feature with ChatGPT. And recently I took some inventory for a restaurant's liquor bottles. And this week I had an electrical contractor ask me to upload a floor plan, an architectural floor plan, and do the takeoff of all their electrical needs. It worked beautifully. So I'm really, again, I've known this is possible for a long time, but I'm just amazed every day at how many things you can use that camera feature for. What I'm creating right now is an AI agency. Don't really know exactly what that looks like. I'm starting to understand it a lot better now that I've been doing it for a while, but I'm putting together contractors for my agency. I was in construction for a long time, and sort of the same thing there, where I was the general contractor or the creative director, and then finding other people who are experts within their field to come in and collaborate with me on projects for clients. So that's what I'm working on. What I can offer, I really love connecting people. I like to listen to what other people are working on and then go, oh, I think those two need to know each other. So I really love doing that. And I love collaborating. So if you're working on a project, and I've been a solo entrepreneur most of my life, it's a lonely place. So if you need to partner with somebody or brainstorm with somebody, or you're just looking for someone else to partner with, I can probably hook you up with somebody. So that's what I love to do. And where I need help is I'm really just looking for businesses that need us, what we're doing, who don't know how to push their business forward because it's too hard, it's too complex, it takes too much time, they don't have the bandwidth. And we all know people like that who have businesses that are just struggling. And I would love to come in and be able to help them pinpoint what their pain points are and help solve those problems for them. And then again, collaborate with some of you, if that's possible, to help solve their problems.
Great. Thank you. Welcome. Do me a favor, raise your hands if you would, so I can call on you. Otherwise, I'll just go down the list. But John Leland, you're next.
John Leland. Hey, thanks, everybody. I like being part of this community. Thanks for being here. Like Liz said, I'm playing with too many things, but I am working on a whole content publishing system. I'm working on video workflows, in particular, experimenting with unsatisfying apps so far that pull short clips out of long form videos. And that kind of video workflow is something that I'm planning to talk about in the Video Guild. I also am creating for clients. We do digital marketing and email marketing and social media marketing and that kind of stuff. I've been talking a lot about TikTok and the value of TikTok and the value of being on video. I'm also creating a community around creativity. I've done something called the Creativity Sandbox, and Kyle and I did a play shop about AI and creativity, and now it's going to become an ongoing paid community. So that's the thing I'm doing. So the thing I can offer is a lot of expertise about video and how video actually works and video storytelling. And what I need is your support in the Video Guild. Anybody that wants to present about new video apps or is out there experimenting, we want to know what you're learning. And, it's open to collaboration. I'm just like a facilitator and can bring some expertise, but the Video Guild is us, people. So that's I need support for it to become an us, not a video with John. It could be video with us, but whatever. That's beautiful. It's all a name. How am I doing for time? Do I have more time? That's it.
Oh, you're done.
That's it.
I'm done.
Brandon Tidd, we've called on you twice. This is your third strike. Are you there?
I am here. I did not have my hand up, but before, but here I am. So my name is Brandon. I am an AI enthusiast by night, and by day a Zendesk software architect for a full stack development shop. I am currently playing with or learning through podcasts. Vicky shared an awesome podcast. Vicky, you probably dropped the name of the podcast presenter in the chat of who it was that talks about waking up with a mind share and doing a virtual mind share breakfast with his colleagues, and then also just discovering other podcasts throughout the network of people talking about AI. It's just something to chew on while I'm not actually working. What I am creating, or what I've just created that I'm particularly proud of, is a custom GPT that's private, so I haven't pushed it out live yet. But there's a pinball expo in Chicago in October, and they have a website that had a 400-page frequently asked questions thing.
Wow.
And so I took that link and I gave it to ChatGPT, and I said, you are a pinball wizard who is skilled on all these questions and grounded on all this, but you also know everything about the history of pinball. And so basically now, instead of having to read through the questions, you could go and just ask, hey, when's the convention? How much does it cost to get in? and I've sent it to the organizers in the blind and said, hey, this is something I created for you. You can have it for free. We can walk through how you can do it. But just trying to come up with practical examples of where AI can exist in the business world.
TLDR, time's up.
Okay, TLDR, what can I offer is custom GPT help, and where I need help is finding more people that need, who are AI curious and need somebody to help guide them along the way.
Beautiful. Thank you, sir. Patsy Kravitz.
Let me come off mute. Okay, so I'm out of Raleigh, North Carolina. I work primarily as an instructional designer, but I also dabble in other content creation adventures. What I've been working on is actually I needed to take a prompt for code, and then the code wasn't working, so I needed to reverse engineer the code and then reverse that to get the prompt to give me the correct code. So that was my thing of the weekend. Woo! You're like when you get one thing, you're like, yes, I am a winner. I did this. So it meant that I didn't have to go back to the actual programmer to go ahead and ask and to get that done. And so that was a fulfilling, rewarding experience. What I can offer, more probably on the side of like content development, content generation, where I need help. I will say in terms of working on video type of projects and art projects, that's the part to shore up. Yeah, I would say there. Yeah, and then some things, because it goes with your day job, you just can't chat about that goes with the territory of this. But what I did do this week is we have a couple of guild members who needed help in terms of like connections and networking. So I worked on a little bit of networking this week to go ahead and to get folks over to resources who should be able to help them. And that's just a pleasure for me. I love doing that.
Awesome. Great. All right. So more networking. That's great. Peter Kaminsky.
Hi all, Peter Kaminsky. I'm in San Diego. What I'm working on now is coaching people on using AI in their work and personal lives. The thing I'm playing with is helping non-programmers write small interactive applications that run in their web browser or somebody else's web browser. The thing I like to create is those kind of applications. They can also do things like API calls to OpenAI or PKMs or whatever. I also create objectively beautiful Midjourney images. They're all objectively beautiful, but I'm trying to get them even more beautiful. The thing I can offer is answers on technical questions and entrepreneurial questions, coaching, and where I need help is with marketing my services. Thanks.
Great.
That's how it's done, people.
Beautiful.
46 seconds.
Nice. Anthony Martini.
Hey everyone, let me pull up the questions here. I know I just heard them all, but hi, my name is Anthony Martini. I am a cybersecurity specialist for about a decade now. I have a computer science degree. I am a digital nomad, but you can find me most often in the New York City area, where I'll be June 26th. So looking forward to seeing everybody there. And I am also often in Washington, D.C. or Sarasota, Florida. So those are just places that I have reasons to be. Creating or want to. So right now, my goal is to create, I don't know if it's going to be a company, either way, super excited to be here, but push forward the initiative to fix communication somehow. I have this idea that basically communication, particularly verbally, is probably going to fail as we live in these disparate realities that we're seeing happen before our very eyes. And I want to try and bring people together, in particular, interdisciplinary, geniuses or just folks, and have conversations and try and come up with new ways to apply all their minds together and come up with something. So what can I offer? Hopefully that. I think this is a hilarious phrase once I heard, but it's unlimited creativity for this. I can ask questions until I go blue in the face. And then where I need your help, if you guys can help me find the people to bring together to have these conversations, so that way we can help save the world. Thanks.
Beautiful. Sounds great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Chris Houston.
Hi there. So I'm Chris Houston. I hail from the Twin Cities area in Minneapolis, Minnesota. What am I playing with? So I'm back playing with ChatGPT because I kind of put it to the side. I needed to take a break. I had enthusiasm and advocacy fatigue and have been banging my head against the corporate wall for upwards of a year, and I appreciate all y'all there supporting me. But now I'm back into it because we actually got ChatGPT for a pilot at our corporation. So so I'm working on that, and actually I did proof of concept. I tested translations of the little boilerplate on all our press releases and tweaked the prompt, and I got it to A's for all translations for all the languages we work at. So I think that'll be a Kevin McAllister moment because we pay so much money for translation.
Wow.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So creating, I really want to do automations. I really want to do make and flip all those things together and make those turnkey automations. And I've decided that video probably isn't my jam because there's just too much there. I have to stay with the verbal wordsmithing. What can I offer? So I'm a public relations and media relations expert and marketing dabbler. So if anybody kind of wants to lean against me to how kind of to position your business and get in local media and things like that, that's where my expertise lies. Where do I need help? I might need help if I actually want to do the automations because I know that's pretty geeky, but I think that's really intriguing. And I've looked at Make and Zapier. Zapier drives me bonkers, but Make looks really visual and interesting to me. So I think I might be more visually inclined to use Make. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Amethyst.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. How are you, Kyle?
I'm good.
No, Gwen. Hey, Gwen.
Hey, Gwen. Hey. Okay. Yes. I'm Gwen. My last name's actually Bruger. I've been in South Carolina for 30 years, and I'm an auto liability adjuster. I haven't really played much with any of the other AI tools but ChatGPT, and basically, I'm sort of an avid writer, and it's been able to help me sort of condense some things that I write. And I've been looking for a new job, so I've been utilizing it for resume help by uploading job descriptions and job postings on my resume to make sure I've got keywords and stuff, and it's worked out pretty good that way. As far as offering the community something, I'm still in the terrible twos when it comes to AI, mainly ChatGPT, but as far as some things I've been able to solve through ChatGPT by using, just descriptive prompting, I've felt that that's something I can help you guys with, solving problems. And as far as help from how I can help the community. Oh wait, maybe I said that wrong. Oh, I don't know. I guess as far as help from the community.
What do you need?
Yeah, I've recently been diagnosed with late autistic 1 and autism 1, and I just feel like there's sometimes that there's something that I could utilize to help sort of navigate that in social areas, especially within in the workplace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, welcome, and you should check it. This community. So this is a very neurospicy community,
right?
Community. So it's very friendly for that. We built a bunch of GPTs back in January, between December and January, and I know that there was something. There was a GPT built specifically around autism, and probably one. Yeah. So I don't know. Vicky built the website for it, so I don't know if it's in there. But just connect with Vicky at some point, and she can point you to the website where a bunch of those things are. But this is a community that is. this is your people.
Yeah, this is my first time in the meet and greet. This is great. Thank you so much, Kyle, for what you do.
Great having you here. Ann Murphy, I was about to call on you anyway, so good call raising your hand.
Hi, yeah, exactly. I just beat you to it. Hi, everybody. Yeah, and Gwen, there's one that's for, I believe it's preparing yourself to go to a social occasion and coming up with topics to discuss with people.
Oh, yeah.
So hi, everybody. I'm Ann Murphy, and I live in Corvallis, Oregon, which is about halfway between Portland and Eugene. And tomorrow I'm going to the mountains, and I'm going to Vampire Weekend. So I occasionally dabble in life that's not AI, but very, very infrequently these days. So that's probably my play piece, is to do something that's not AI. And what I've been digging into recently that people are really resonating with in a very exciting way to me is AI and our self-identity. So I shifted kind of the way that I've been talking about it in front of groups to begin with. AI is going to change your self-identity, and that's been a new way in. So I'm really interested if people have stories about how getting involved with AI has changed the way they think of themselves or think of their profession, or like, we did all that work with I Am an Artist, thanks to you, Kyle. I'm very eager for examples of that and kind of where you are in your journey and what it's been like, just learning from others. And the thing that I can offer is, like other people here, like the community, the AI extended community is so lovely. And now I know bunches and bunches of people, and I love connecting. And particularly for women in AI, have like the baby newbie beginners all the way up through the people who are so baller, I can't even believe I get to breathe the same air as they do. So I'm always happy to connect and to be a sounding board, same as everybody. Anyone here on this call would take anyone's call any day. I know that. So thank you for what you do. Thanks, Liz and Kyle, for running the meeting today. It was awesome so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. Okay, I'm going to go second grade teacher style, and I'm just going to go alphabetical. So Chip Huggins, you're next. Oh, wait, we got some hands raised. So Chip Huggins, you go if you're available, and then we'll go to the folks that just raised their hands.
Hi, guys. Hi, my name is Elena Dimidionek. I'm multilingual. I speak 3 languages. I live in Colorado, and I'm a software engineer. And Kyle, I think I met you in Colorado, like one of the AI meetings, like.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I cut my hair, so I don't recognize me now.
Hello again.
Yeah. Well, so I've been pretty interested in AI like a couple of months now, and recently, like last week, I actually opened my Instagram account, and it's gonna be educational and entertainment, as I want to bring like more knowledge to people that are not, like to the people that have like no technical background, and like kind of like try to explain what it is, like on a very like basic level, but still give like some tricks and tips so they can use them in their professional and personal lives. And so what I'll be doing some podcasts with experts, and if you guys wanna join me on this journey and be like my hosts in the near future, I'd be happy to have like a nice discussion with you. And now I'm focusing on the marketing strategy, as I'm adjusting my Instagram account. It's pretty small right now, but yeah, I'm moving towards the marketing and social strategy. And I am also doing this with the element of fashion and style. And I can provide the link to my Instagram so you guys can take a look.
Yeah, pop in the chat. And then what do you need from the community?
So, well, I guess if we have like experts in marketing and social media. Yeah, I would love that.
Fantastic. So connect with Elena if you've got some thoughts on that. Fantastic.
And like me and follow me if you like my.
Yeah, exactly. Claire Jacobs, thank you. Good to see you.
Hi. Am I on?
You are.
I'm on. Hi. I'm Claire Jacobs. I'm a psychologist in San Antonio, Texas. And I feel like I'm still a rank beginner when it comes to AI, although I have not yet missed one of Kyle's AI Learning Lab meetings since I started anyway, which was over a year ago. So I'm hoping that I'm absorbing some of that knowledge. I've been playing a lot with Midjourney for the last year, and I'm aiming for objectively beautiful anything, really. But so and I'll probably need everybody's help to get there. Recently, I've been making songs in Suno, which has been really fun, and I am more than happy to help anybody who has baby questions, like beginner questions. I'll answer about babies too, birds and bees, but beginner questions about Midjourney or something like that, I'm more than happy to help because it's fun, and I like to share. And I think I answered all the questions.
All right, great. You said
you.
how can we help you? You answered that.
Sort of. Y'all already are. I get hours a day of help with everything about AI from you guys, and I really appreciate that. There's not a specific thing right now that I have on my mind. I will say happy Pride and happy Juneteenth to everybody, and and thank you very much for starting the salon and for keeping it going. It's been a real lifesaver, and I think it's just fantastic.
Awesome. All right. How about Christine Cavalier?
Hi, I'm Christine. I live in Philadelphia. I'm a writer. I have done content marketing for a long time, but my background is in psychology and systems administration.
It's a
So I had keys to the kingdom, but also I did a lot of training. I wrote a lot of training and delivered it. So I know my background. I have 2 degrees in psychology, so I really know how people learn. And that's something that I can offer the community. If somebody's really kind of trying to reach a market, just hit me up and I can give you some insights. I've been blogging since 2003. I'm an early adopter. I check out pretty much everything all the time. What I have been playing with lately, though, is not much because I'm involved in helping my son make a cosplay a cosplay costume for a con, and I've been using chat heavily to do the physics and other calculations. So, like,
that's awesome.
Because he has it's Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII, and he has a 7-foot Buster Sword. And I've been going back and forth with ChatGPT on how I'm actually going to hang this thing from a harness on his back. Anyway, that's what I've been doing lately. I go to the Writers Guild with Jane on Thursday nights, and we talk about all the things in AI and writing and content creation and marketing and things in that. I've got 3 hot glue gun things for this week. So yeah, but anyway, what I need from the community, not much right now. I really just love having people to talk to. I work from home, so it's really nice to just kind of check in and see faces. And I really, sometime soon, I'll probably get back into freelance content writing. But right now, I've been taking some time off, so to write fiction and poetry. So
good.
That's it.
Awesome, great. The overly handsome CJ Fletcher.
Oh, geez. Hi, how are you? All right. So I've already forgotten the question. So I'm just going to look on this thing. All right. Here's what I'm playing with right now. I am playing with Focus, and which is the one of the fun UIs to use for creating images. What I'm working on creating right now are things that are hyper realistic as well as very stylistic. I have a couple of big art shows coming up here within the next month and a half, so I'm getting ready for that. What I can offer for all of everybody out there is really honest critiques of your work. I'll give you the straight shot when it comes to that. And where I need help really is going to be with accepting that Mid-Journey exists, because I am a non-Mid-Journey user. But really, where I need help is learning more about that. And if anyone knows the ins and outs of Comfy UI, I could really use help with that. And I'll say it is a pleasure being around everyone in this community. Y'all have just made my life incredibly more dynamic. So I appreciate all of you.
Awesome. I would definitely connect with Peter Kaminsky because he does a ton in Mid-Journey. So, and I would assume might know Comfy UI. All right, let's see who's next. Ivan. So the questions, Ivan, are you there, Ivan? All right, below Ivan, Jane's Fathom.
You're talking to Jane's note taker.
Oh, that's Jane's note taker. Kath.
Hey, good to see you guys.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Yeah, so I guess my neurospiciness is coming through loud and clear because I have so many ideas. I want to write a children's book. I want to write blog posts. I want to do more art. I started a basic website. I started a second website called Returnship Revolution around the idea of older people doing internships, returning to work and playing with that and how I want that to go. And then just trying to balance life. So I feel like I've got so much I want to do that I'm almost like not getting anything done, if that makes sense. So I could use help, I think, just for me, just showing up here and hanging out with you guys more is probably what I need to do.
Beautiful. I'm putting a question in chat. Ivan, and introduce yourself.
Yes. Okay, my name is Ivan Duran. I'm the only Peruvian here in the AI Salon. I'm working as an IT contractor in Houston, Texas. I've been working in that field since 2006.
Did we lose him?
Did we lose you, Ivan? Ivan. I think we lost him.
That's
He's still there.
Oh, first sub 1 minute muted speech. I didn't mute him, I promise.
Let's see. Nisha.
Ivan's back, by the way.
Okay, Ivan, you want to finish?
Driving, but I can chat. Okay. Oh.
Okay, so I'm not driving. I'm in the car, but anyway. So I was saying that I've been in the IT field 2006. But since I met you guys and Kyle Shannon, I realized that I'm an artist.
Nice.
And yes, an entrepreneur. Right now, I'm in the process to create ideas to manage with ChatGPT, with AI. I establishing my Alibaba store, my Amazon store, and I try to sell some products. Well, I'm creating some videos using AI, and I selling a game online that I create stickers. You may see it in my live in TikTok, and I always try to make friends I want to feel part of a family, a group, because I'm here by myself. I don't have the luck that you have working with people. A company of one. I'm the driver and the CEO. I everything myself. It's a company of one. So you are my family, you're my group, and you're my work. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you, Adam. Beautiful. Let's see. Pat or Nisha, it looked like you came on for a second there. Are you available?
Yeah,
to introduce yourself?
I can come on, but I'm driving, so I'm going to turn my video off.
Okay, great.
So I'm Nisha. I do come in and out of your group, which I've so enjoyed the times I'm able to join in. I'm a integrative medicine, holistic medical doctor out in LA, and also 3 years ago decided to kind of go into film and pick up a master's in film and television production, which I'm supposed to be graduating this summer, but it's ironically been quite a tailspin for the film school these days in terms of what's happening with AI.
Wow.
And yeah, there's a lot of shaking in the boots if even the film school is going to be there. So kind of ironically, I got a degree that I'm realizing I'm actually just fascinated and enjoying all of the tools that are out there that at times it's quite overwhelming in terms of both, not only in film, because something is coming out every other week and it's quitting the scare the average film student and the film professor, because what's going to happen after that. And I've obviously got a side hustle as a doctor on the side. So, but then also, I'm like, okay, well, I don't know if this degree was worth it, but I've learned a lot, and the storytelling has been fantastic, even with generative AI that I have actually been able to utilize even with some script writing. And it's also AI has come quite a bit into the medical world too. So I think it's hitting every field, and so it's improved some of my efficiencies with just patient charting and things like that. I'm certainly looking forward to kind of having an AI robot assist, which we already do have in some places where they're doing AI assisted surgeries, microsurgeries, or gynecological surgeries. It's already happening these days, which is interesting to see if even our professions in various ways might be replaced in some capacity. And what what I'm interested in, what I could maybe use some help with, I'm actually in the process of creating a biotech device with a little bit of an entertainment spin to it. Obviously with my new burgeoning film background, but it's something that I've been wanting to do. Kind of it has two areas of support in terms of mental health and also for menopause, ironically. And so I would love anybody that might be interested in kind of collaborating, just to chat about it if there's an idea. They have skill sets both in tech and so it's going to be an AI combination with this biotech that I'm creating this device that we're doing this summer. And then anything that I can help with is certainly the medical world, providing any kind of medical input or opinions. I've also been able to learn and provide how I can utilize AI to create official legal letters, and that have actually won cases in insurance companies, and also divorce issues in terms of medical issues with children. So it's been quite a way to, I guess, with my formal training, it's been helping me write the right kind of prompts, and so I'm able to kind of create supportive letters and supportive medical opinions that's more robust.
Okay, great. We're out of time, but what do you need? What do you need from the community? What's that? Did we lose you?
I did not.
Oh, I think I mentioned it already. The biotech device that I'm creating. I'd love anybody that might be interested in collaborating on.
Nisha, what's the best way to connect with you?
I think my information should be on my MightyWorks. Or I can
find you there.
I'll put my email into the chat
but not while driving.
Yeah, so I can do that. Well, that's on MightyWorks.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Great. All right. Thank you, Nisha. Patsy Kravitz.
Oh, I talked earlier.
Okay, good. Patty McKenzie. Patty, are you there? All right. Paul Tittengos.
Hello, I'm here. My name is Paul Tatangos. I'm a photographer. I've been immersed in image making for the last 6 decades or so. Had a business as a commercial photographer, studio stuff, and location work. One of my specialties was working with artists, performing artists, and mostly visual artists. Doing a lot of shots for them and fine art reproduction of their work. I'm now playing a lot with Midjourney, and I've learned tons of cool things from Peter Kaminsky. And I've also learned a lot from all of the people in the AI Salon, thanks to Kyle. I've been listening to him every night for about a year now, and I have to tip my hat to Vicky and Kyle and all the people that are, I just learn a lot from listening to them and seeing what kind of things they can do. So what can I offer? Well, I can listen, I can encourage, I can critique a little bit. Working with a lot of artists, they are often needing some support and some encouragement for the things that are challenging them. So you have to wear a lot of hats and be kind of a good listener. So I try to do that. So yeah, that's it. Help I get from being in the AI Salon and meeting all these people on these calls has been tremendous. So I'm already getting tons of help. So thanks, everybody.
Fantastic. Thank you, sir. RJ.
Hello, I'm RJ. I'm in New Jersey in the Watchung Mountain area. And what I've been doing is noticing how smart people are in this community, but I know that they're playing with AI, they're using it in creative areas and in their job, but I think that there's no place where people can share, like in a sub community, what they're doing with AI for their own personal development, for making their lives better, their personal lives in particular, all the sneaky ways they're figuring out how to get AI to act as a personal coach for them and all of those things. So I've been playing with the idea of trying to promote the idea of a new sub-community here that would be focusing on that. So it would be probably like a combination of AI life hack makers sharing what they do, the little sneaky things that they figured out how to use AI for their personal life, and also people interested in how they use AI for personal development, because I think it can be really helpful there. I personally have been using it for that. And along with that, I've been playing with mega prompts, which are really amazing, and they can help a lot in that area. So I've been playing with putting together a proposal. And as I mentioned last week, 2 weeks, the last meeting we had, the meet and greet, I raised that issue. And fortunately, some people joined in the idea. So Brandon and Claire, and then a bunch of other people expressed interest. So I'm working on tweaking the proposal along with the team, and we're going to get it to you for your next Thursday meeting. So what I need help with is people knowing who is interested in this kind of thing, because I'd really like to, get a sub community going here that's very interactive, trying to help each other do those kinds of activities or share what they've learned. Because like I said, I don't think there's any place where this is being shared here. And I think it would be helpful and fascinating actually to hear how you all are using AI for your personal lives to make it better.
Beautiful. Yeah, we got your proposal and got some feedback to it. So yeah, we'll take that up this Thursday. So thank you, RJ. That's great. Roger Scott. It sounded like you might have been leaving, but I see you're still here. So I'm going to call on you.
No, I'm here. This will be pretty brief. Since I'm Roger Scott. I live in Boulder, Colorado, which is in the greater Denver area, just a little closer to the mountains. I am a retired software engineer, and my life is giving the lie to the idea that people who are retired have spare time. I've unfortunately not had very much time in the last couple of months to do much with AI other than trying to just barely keep track of the most relevant thing, development, stuff like that. But even just with one tool, even just with Midjourney, which is the main thing I play with, I've got a backlog like 6 months long now of new things that have come along in Midjourney that I want to play with that I haven't gotten around to yet. You people who use multiple tools, I don't know how you just drown under all the tidal wave of innovation coming our way. But I mainly do generative image stuff, but a slight tweak on what Peter and Claire said. I shoot for objectively striking. It doesn't necessarily have to be beautiful, but you should look at it and go, huh, or possibly, wow, that's pretty, but that's one of several possible acceptable responses. I've found a fair bit of experience with twisting Midjourney's arm to make it do things both intentional and weird. So that's something if people they're looking for insights into how to coerce these models in general and Midjourney in specific. I guess that's one of my few AI specific skills. As far as things I need Midjourney just need a whole field of AI to just slow down so we can all catch up and keep up with it. That's probably pretty hard for any of us to bring about. But that's pretty much it.
Need anything from the community?
Not at the moment. Again, I wish I had time to be doing more that would create more need.
You need someone to create a time dilation machine?
Pretty much.
Okay, and last but not least, Tobias.
Seriously, Kyle? Hi, everybody. My name is Toby Terry. I go by Tobias. Been a long-time listener and admirer of all of you guys and Kyle for over a year now, every night possible. I'm in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. I was in the oil refining industry since '86. My sole passion is art and creativity. I've had a business corporation for about 25, 30 years. That's been my absolute passion. I'm now retired from the oil industry and spend my days trying to not only get everything I can out of this new technology that's just blowing me away daily, and but also to develop somehow in what I do. And so if I was to say I need help with something, it's this, that everything that I do is so still old school. So I feel like I'm over here in the shadows. I'm just like the bastard child because I don't do any of this stuff that you guys do, this elaborate, beautiful stuff. I'm still doing logos for my customers that are effective, but they're 10, 20, 30 layers of vectors on top of vectors, and then using Photoshop to add effects and stuff. And I don't know how to streamline that in it. Like this morning was 7-something hours of a logo, and it's just your hands cramp.
Yeah. Wow.
So anyway, if I was to ask for something, that would be maybe a direction of how in the world to really use real vector, which is point little dots, for you can take and skew and move. But anyway, so I'm here in my shop. I do custom hats and shirts. I love it. I mix brass, leather, airbrush, you name it, man. Mix it all together and do some really cool stuff for my customers. And I get a real passion out of that. But I admire and love every one of you guys. And I'm in the shadows a lot, but it doesn't mean I'm not paying attention. I'm trying to learn. So that's all I know.
That's beautiful. Well, I think part of it, Toby, is just start playing. Just
I know.
in between the 7-hour logos. See that you have the attention span to do a 7-hour logo. I'd be 7 minutes in, and I'm like, if it's not done, I'm like, this is taking way too long. So
I have used AI successfully, mostly as a background, but it is so janky compared to what you guys create, and I don't know enough about prompts.
Yeah.
And it seems like that the is the big secret, and nobody wants to really disclose how that's come about. Well, I just get on ChatGPT, just type in what I want, and that's what I get. But it ain't anything like what you guys do,
Yeah.
So I don't know, but there's more to come with that. I'm still watching and learning, y'all. So
all right. Well,
thank you. Appreciate you.
Good to see you. All right, Liz. Awesome. That was amazing.
Wait.
Oh yeah.
So I escaped last time. You gonna let me escape again this time?
All right. Vicky.
I'm happy not to say anything, but
I'm gonna give you 3 minutes.
No, I don't need 3. I live halfway down Illinois. I'm one of the leaders of the Ethics Guild, and also the community director in the AI Salon. I'm a language engineer by day, and I've been moonlighting as a web designer for over 20 years with small, I hate to use the word bespoke, but bespoke websites. I'm playing with AI in web design and perfecting a system for gathering client information, including SEO and site design. So I can offer that as an extra service. I tend to just jump in and help wherever I can. So I can't say I can offer a specific thing, but I love to help. So that's why I'm here. If you're Australian, you would understand the term BP, the quiet achiever. That was BP's thing like back then. So I just call myself a quiet achiever because I don't like to make waves. So I created about 120 GPTs that help with various things. But what I'm looking for is to learn how to use APIs in those GPTs because I feel that surface level. So that's me.
Beautiful. Thank you. Sorry I missed you.
That's okay. I forgot to put the timer on myself too. So,
Yeah, there you go.
You didn't go over, I promise.
Thank you.
And Liz, it looks like you got your Wi-Fi back.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Just in time.
Beautiful.
I hope it doesn't go back out.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts? Like I would love to sort of, circle the conversation back around to where we started with all the stuff going on with the changes with video, but also just, having just heard everyone and what they're up to. I'm just curious, what's swirling around your head right now?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was really notable to take in what everyone was saying. And I just wanted to reflect a couple of themes that I noticed. And one of the big themes comes back to the values, and that was generosity. And I was noting that whether people had so much depth of knowledge in the space, or if they were just starting out and just know maybe one tool, they were willing to share what they know and eager to share what they know. And I really appreciated that. I noticed that a lot of people are hungry for collaboration. And I think that's a really interesting space because those collaborations, can take the form of somebody has something, like maybe one person has a very specific idea in mind and somebody has a very loose idea. And how can they come together? But that hunger for collaborations was very interesting and I think could be powerful. It sounded like a lot of people are looking for help with marketing if they do something specific. And it seems like there are several people in the community who could offer help with that. So this was really great. I loved hearing what everybody had to say. And it was interesting, I think Elena, you said something about beginner questions. If somebody has beginner questions to bring them, and that was really cool. and just the diversity of knowledge in the group was really something. So this was exciting to hear from everyone, and I also got the sense that, you know, this community is really important because there are a lot of people who are on sort of solo entrepreneurial journeys, and it offers a lot of space to reflect on this collective overwhelming feeling we all have. I don't know anybody who doesn't feel overwhelmed if you don't, you know, play with tools like Roger was saying. If you don't play with, you know, go deep with one tool, you're missing a tsunami of new things. And so that was something I noted.
Yeah, I was struck. One of the I don't know who said it. I think it might have been Kelly Camp, but I don't remember. But someone asked about they wanted to know from people like who's reinventing themselves. Who was it that said that? Does anybody remember?
That was Anne.
Oh, that was Anne. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
That to me, you know, if I look at, you know, and I think it was Nisha who's about to get her film degree, and you know we're talking about all these film tools, and she's excited about the film tools, but she's realizing that like she's in the middle of confronting having to reinvent herself after reinventing herself by going and getting a film degree, like before she's even gotten the film degree. And so for me, I'm fascinated by the fact that a lot of people in this group are choosing to reinvent themselves, but I think a lot of people are in this group because they're sensing that they're likely gonna have to reinvent themselves. So I would love to open up the conversation more broadly to anyone who wants to jump in on it. But that to
Thanks
me,
for that true reflection, Kyle. I appreciate the
yeah,
mirroring of what I was going through. Yes, that's true.
yeah. Well, I mean, what's your like where like it's got to be just like.
It is a bit of a disconcerting situation.
Yeah, like baffling and disconcerting and probably a little exciting, but like, yeah, what are you going through?
I mean, as a second career filmmaker, you know, coming in this way, it's fantastic to have all these tools so easily available, and it's democratizing filmmaking is kind of the lingo now that's out here in LA that anybody can get on the board. But I think it is. I mean, there's a lot of folks out of here that here in the industry that are out of jobs, and
the film industry.
So in terms, so that's kind of it's hard to see that, but I also know. So for me, and so yes, kind of sort of the reinventing, sort of I was pivoting or kind of bridging into a new field, and now I'm having to kind of like, what's my new area rather than the way that it had been a traditional path, because I was looking at making medical television dramas is kind of where I was moving into.
Interesting.
And so now I'm kind of saying, okay, what can I do to merge some of these skills? That's even a newer type of invention that I had not even initially had thought this path was taking me down. And so I'm finding that I'm now seeing if I can use film as a therapeutic modality and utilizing that as somehow that can be almost sensory cogent in its receptivity. So what I mean by that is that somehow watching a film could actually pick up on different states of the human and be able to kind of give a feedback to the viewer that could be therapeutic. And I'm looking at different kinds of sound technology and different kinds of light capabilities that actually can shift my biophysiology. So I'm kind of moving into a different space by trying to merge whatever I've learned along the way.
That's super cool. Like biofeedback storytelling, like dynamic storytelling based on biofeedback.
Something
That's
like
pretty
that.
intense. Awesome. Peter Kaminsky.
I really sympathize with Nisha. That's a great story. You know, getting a filmmaking degree when when filmmaking is exploding. But so it's taken me and back to the question of you know, like there's so many tools. I've kind of doubled down on Midjourney. You know, I got started I don't know a year and a half ago with Midjourney. I kind of left it alone for 6 months or something like that, and then it's taken me like 8 months, 12 months, something to feel like I'm really good with it. And but now I feel like I'm really good with it, And
Have you sort of adopted as the new features come out in Midjourney, or have you been keeping up with that? Is that part of
it depends
kinda have a
what
way you
phase
work?
I'm on. Sometimes I jump on them right away if I'm kind of in a lull. Sometimes I like set them aside and don't come to them. I get into a groove with Midjourney and I'm doing a certain thing with it. One of the things I've really learned is having a photographic background. I'm a semi-pro photographer, kind of among other things. So Tanisha, knowing the craft doesn't mean that you're obsolete. It actually means that you're really better at using the new tools. The new tools blow your mind and you have to figure out where to fit in and stuff like that. But having a craft background in anything, Tobias, this is the same for you. It lets you, once you get into the groove of the tool, you are really effective in a new and brand new way. And a thing that keeps coming back to me. I heard this from David, the Midjourney CEO. He's like, the way this is going is everything is going to be interactive. So it's not that everybody becomes a filmmaker. It's that everybody can participate in this world building. And I think the thing to do is to get yourself out of the mindset of I'm making artifacts that other people are going to consume, and get into the mindset I'm going to be one of the better people at helping people interact with this new like virtual world stuff. That's where all the video things are going. That Midjourney is going that way too. He's aimed that way.
We talked about that, right?
Even though right now it's just a great image tool.
Yeah. That it's gonna. Well, they've said, I think explicitly, videos coming right from Midjourney.
Yeah, video and then worlds after that.
Yeah.
Their approach to worlds is based on video. And interestingly enough, he said to make good video and to make good virtual worlds, his belief is you start with images, interestingly enough.
Oh, wow. And then have the system understand what's going on in the image.
Yep.
Wow, fantastic. It's amazing. That's the big revelation to me is that all of the video systems that are really, really impressive understand the world. And so the distance between turning it into an image or a video and actually being able to enter that world is very, very small, right? Because if they understand the world, then we could probably walk into it at some point. RJ, sorry, go ahead, Liz.
Oh, I was just going to say, in filmmaking and certainly in commercial filmmaking, people always start with mood boards of still images and take it from there.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. That's cool. RJ.
So I'm so glad you guys brought up, both you, Liz, and Kyle brought up the transition issue, because that's part of what I'm trying to incorporate in this sub-community design based on what I've read at Mighty Networks, where they said that people that are in transition are great people to be focusing on for the sub-community. So that the sub-community that I'm trying to propose would be a space where people who are trying to transition right now want to use AI for help for that, for part of their personal development or whatever it is they're trying to do. It would be a space where they could come to like a workshop kind of event. They could talk about what they're trying to do. Other people could chime in and say, hey, you could try this, you could try that. And they could be meeting on a regular basis and supporting one another. And I think would really, really help everybody who needs that in this whole AI salon, but it's missing here. There's no place to do that kind of thing. So yep. I hope you understand that. Thanks.
Yep. Awesome. Gwen.
I just drew a blank for some reason. I guess I wanted to talk about just the ability that I had here over the last 3 weeks or so. I was involved in a in-person group of about 10 to 15 other individuals, and we met on like an every other day basis. And because of you, Kyle, I was able to help a lot of people in this group get a better impression of what just ChatGPT could do for them from a vocational standpoint. When it comes to, like you guys are saying, transitioning or reinventing themselves in today's time period. So, and just the ever changing and how rapid things change and how scared people are. And these were just a lot of just, emotional things that people were just experiencing that I told them that they could, utilize Chat GPT, so to speak, to kind of help them navigate some of these things. Because I've used it in that same respect. So that's all I wanted to say.
Beautiful. Thank you. Elena.
So yeah, like almost the same. So I think I actually got inspired, or like got like this idea, maybe even like from you, Kyle, as well, like on your, like from your speech. So you said like something that like not like a lot of people actually know about AI, right? So like we just like entering this phase, and so well, I realized while like we are, like kind of like talking about different AIs, like trying different things, and like kind of like diving like into this world, there are people who actually don't know anything about it.
Nothing.
So, nothing at all. So I guess like that's like why I wanted to create this like Instagram page, like my project, and I thought like Instagram would be a really good place, like to reach a bunch of people. And like I'm doing this, like through if you go to my Instagram account, you'll see this, like I'm doing this like through some of my like artistic side, and like I'm showing like some outfits, just like to kind of like get attention. And I'm doing like educational stuff, but like a small, like really baby steps, like really. So I'm starting, like from like what AI is, like, and what Chat GPT is like in general, like, and I'm explaining this like very, very simple, of course, within Chat GPT, right? Like as my marketing and strategy advisor. And yeah, just to kind of like show like it's not a scary thing, and I know like a bunch of people who are very scared, and I'm trying to show that it's not a scary thing, it is our friend. And that's why I created this robot. Well, I have this robot in my Instagram account, and his name is Booba, and he's kinda like well, and I'm showing like all those like different pictures like with me and like this robot, like showing it is our like it is friendly, like it is like something that we should, like, yeah, and it's kind of cute, and like, and I think it takes like a bunch of of unknown, like from this AI and Chat GPT stuff, and kind of like gives it like a friendly shape, friendly face with my robot Booba. And so, and we can talk, about yeah, and we can educate and show people how it can be beneficial and friendly and helpful for them in their professional and personal life.
Yeah, that's awesome, Elena. Thank you. You know what strikes me, Liz? I mean, I keep running into this same thing that what Elena, what you just described is essentially the plot of a science fiction movie, right? That I've invented this robot to talk nice so that people can have a nice relationship with AI, and it's like we're kind of weirdly having to, step into what used to be science fiction as our reality, right? And I go back to Nisha of like, that's Nisha, I got to tell you, it is the plot of a movie to be just about to receive your film degree.
Yes.
Like, in this week where all of these tools just sort of vomited onto the scene. And like after Tyler Perry canceled his $800 million studio project, it feels like that's a fucking movie.
Well, maybe I should pitch that as a movie.
Yeah, seriously, I think there's something there. I mean, I just like it is. Yeah, it feels like science fiction, but it's not. It's your life. It's like, wow. So anyway,
yeah, that's really something. I mean, it strikes me that this notion of everything is change, and coming back to Anne's idea around AI and self-identity, all of us are on a spectrum of reinventing how this self-identity as it relates to our relationship to AI. Obviously, if we're here, we're all at least strongly curious, if nothing else.
At least, but like way farther ahead, like, you know, in the spectrum of haven't heard of it to wherever we are, right? To the whoever is the most clueless person in the AI salon is an absolute friggin' expert compared to most of the country, right?
That's right. That's right.
It's
And
just
in terms,
what. So Liz, can you, like, I feel like you've got such a good perspective of. I feel like you've learned enough about AI in the past, however long you've been playing first. Like, if you look back at your career, what can you, like, frame up the context of, like, all the people that you work with, and I don't know, like, how are you reinventing yourself? How are they going to have to reinvent themselves just in your world that you know so well? Like,
yeah. Well, in my world, on the part of me that was in the agency space, that is a very disrupted space, and I know a lot of people who have left and started their own shops, and the way that people thought, but being a part of a big agency, a big publicly held agency, it was very much stay in your lane culture. So even if you were a very creative,
like, whatever your specialty is that what you mean
whatever
by
your specialty was, especially in a big agency. Smaller agencies, people wear more hats, but in big agencies, you stay in your lane. And that always, I didn't love that piece of it. So, you know, for me personally, to sort of embrace the creative piece of what I do has been unbelievable. Unbelievable. And it also, you know, to embrace the fear of the unknown, to be with the fear of the unknown and recognize it as, this is just what it feels like to be with the unknown, and reframe it, has been really powerful. And among the photographers and artists I used to work with, there are a lot of people who are feeling frightened, really frightened, and really like, well, this is it, you know, we're done. And then there are people who are really curious and excited to at least see what it's all about. And I'm having more conversations with those people.
What can you give that a rough percentage of who is sort of fatalistic versus those that are like, fuck it, I'm gonna go all in on the AI? Like, what would you say the percentage is?
It's hard to tell, because, you know, from hundreds of photographers, I am, you know, the people that I actually am talking to, I'd say, you know, I'd say 20% is maybe a conservative estimate of people
that are exploring AI.
That are exploring, not full embrace, but are exploring. And it's growing. It's a growing segment.
Yeah, well, again, I think that gets down to part of the idea of play first with the salon is, you know, you don't have to intend to reinvent yourself. Just play. And then what you'll likely find is you may reinvent yourself, right? Like, I feel like that's, you've described your experience to me. That's kind of what you're in the middle of, right?
Well, and I love that play is unattached to an outcome. Mindfully create, that's different. That's crafting in the space. But play is free.
Yep.
And, you know, you and I, we've talked about the OG Rick Rubin, and his, you know, he talks about that, the importance of that. And I can't overstate that for how powerful that is in finding things in yourself you didn't know were there.
Oh, I think we might have lost Liz. We were talking about this earlier, that AI is going to make everyone Rick Rubin. If you don't know who Rick Rubin is, you should look him up. He's got a book that just came out on creativity. He's a music producer, produced some of the best music in the world, and he's like a Zen master. He's just like a Buddhist teacher, so you should check him out. But I think AI may free us up and put us in touch with that. So with that, we're at the top of the hour. Thank you all for hanging out. Thanks for introducing yourself, being so generous, and have yourself a fantastic week. It's only Tuesday and a bunch of stuff has come out, so I have a feeling it's going to be a week full of lots of toys. So connect with one another, and thank you for everything, and we will see you soon. And bye, Liz. Bye, Frozen Liz.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye, everybody. Vicky, check my email. It's a message.
This is after hours now. Liz, I think you cut out at the very end. Oh, I can't hear you. Is it me? Is it my audio? I think you're muted.
Okay, here I am.
Yeah, thanks for a wonderful session. And I think everyone said goodbye, and then you jumped on at the very end.
Yeah, okay. But well, thank you and nice to meet you.
You too, thanks.
All right, take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.